Hi guys, in this video we'll be talking about inheritance. Inheritance is a very classy component of object-oriented programming. It helps us to put the common functionality between the classes into a base class, kind of a template, through which we can create subclasses. In these subclasses, it can either have the same functionality as the base class or we can add a new one, which we can create anything. It helps us to reduce the code redundancy so that when we are extending or inheriting from the base class, we are reusing the code which is there on the base class. It is not defined in every single. You get it, right? So let's just dive in and see how it is actually defined in the code.
So let's start by creating a class clock. Let's say we got a requirement where we have to print the time based on this class. So we'll have three attributes, hours, minutes, and seconds, and one method whose job is to print the time. Till now everything is good. But what if they come up with a requirement where we have to create something like alarm clock, in which it should have all the functionalities which clock has, plus it should have one additional functionality, which is it should ring the bell or it should ring the alarm. So we have one attribute which says is alarm set, and one additional method which says ring alarm, whose job is to ring the alarm. Now we can already see there is some redundant code in our code, right? And how to deal with this. This is where inheritance comes in. All we have to do is we can remove that redundant code and we can inherit from our class clock by putting public clock. And when we instantiate the object of this alarm clock, we will be able to access whatever that clock offers. Just like in this case, we are able to access hours from the clock attribute. And how it does is basically it calls the clock constructor. Whenever the alarm clock object is instantiated, it will call the alarm clock constructor. And inside that, it will call the clock constructor first. And then alarm clock constructor will be executed. So we'll have this constructor in both clock and alarm clock, and let's just run this. So at first it will call the clock constructor and then the alarm clock constructor.